Hey guys, this is your girl Jennifer Lynn, the crown jewel, prophetic voice, and certified life coach for women who desire marriage. If you are a woman who is in her wife season and you would like to sign up for a coaching session, you can find that link down below in the description. I also have an upcoming book course that's going to be available this month. If you are someone who has always desired to be an author, you can sign up for that live course today. So guys, the title of this video is 5 ways to get past being betrayed by your spouse. 5 ways to get past being betrayed by your spouse. Everybody's situation is going to be different. Many of you guys may have been betrayed by your spouse in some way. God has said that this is the person that you are to spend your life with. This is who I have chosen and created for you. But there were things that happened in the past, and you may very well consider some of these things that happened in the past as a form of betrayal. You may consider the betrayal as a form of them really crossing a line with you. Many of them, they probably really went out of their way to hurt you. Maybe they thought about it, maybe they didn't. And maybe you have said, this has just been too much. I cannot get over how they did me. But God has still told you that this is your spouse. So we're going to talk about some ways that we can begin to get healed and just move past the betrayal. And so, with that being said, this is something that you want to deal with before your spouse returns. Now, again, God may not have told you when your spouse is going to return. So you want to deal with this sooner than later because this could also be delaying your love story from coming together. God is wanting you to deal with these issues that has happened in the past with your spouse. So the first thing is acknowledging your feelings. Acknowledge your feelings, okay? And so many times when people go through traumatic situations like betrayal, they will just move past these issues as if they did not happen and think that they don't need to go through anything in terms of getting healed because they just feel like they're strong enough. They've been through XYZ in the past. And so they don't acknowledge their feelings. They just push what has happened to the back of their mind. But these things, they continue to come up and come up and come up. And this is God telling you that you need to deal with this betrayal. Okay. And so the second thing is ask yourself, why do these feelings keep coming up? Why do these feelings keep coming up? And why have you not been able to move past the betrayal? So maybe every once in a while it comes up in your mind. Maybe this is taking place because you have been triggered in some type of way. Sometimes when you may see a movie where somebody, let's just say they've been hurt or betrayed by their spouse, that could be a triggering point for you. Sometimes when people bring your spouse name up in conversation, that can be a triggering point for you. Sometimes when people are talking about things that they went through, this can be a triggering point for you. Sometimes when you may see other people that have crossed over to the other side, they're basically they've come together with their spouses, they found the love of their life, this can be a triggering point for you. Okay. And so, once again, this is God telling you that this is something that you need to deal with. This is something that you need to deal with. So, ask yourself, why are these feelings still coming up? Okay. Okay. And so, the third thing is examine the betrayal. Why did it happen? So we have to be able to really begin to see this thing from a spiritual aspect. We have to really be able to see this thing from a spiritual aspect. Okay. And so one of the reasons that your spouse betrayed you is because of they are not living for the Lord. They are not truly living for the Lord. So many of them, they may have demons in them. Okay. When a person have demons inside them, the demon will cause them to act in a way that is outside of that true person, their true selves. It'll cause them to act abnormal in a way that maybe you were not used to seeing them. This is the demon. Okay. So again, we have to be able to see this on a spiritual level. And then also, maybe this is the enemy constantly bringing the betrayal up in your mind because number one, the enemy, he wants to be able to torment you. So this is something that we can pray against, that tormenting spirit where the enemy is constantly bringing up this situation of betrayal. Okay. And also, the enemy does not want to see these love stories come together. So he's going to do anything that he can to keep you from moving into that promise that God has given you. The promise, the very promise that God said, this is yours. The enemy is going to try to do everything in his power to stop that and keep you in a stagnant position. He wants to keep you from moving forward and he wants to keep you in a stagnant position. Okay, so the next thing is maybe considering counseling or coaching. Sometimes we just need somebody to talk to. Sometimes we need a different outlook. We need a different perspective on things as to how we can deal with these things to be able to get healed and move on from what has happened to us. Okay, and so the fifth thing is we want to stay in regular prayer. Regular prayer, also fasting and seeking deliverance. So, again, one of the things that you want to pray against that tormenting spirit that is coming against your mind to make you focus on this betrayal that has happened because God is wanting to move you forward with your spouse. God is wanting you to have what you deserve. He has given you a promise that you are to live life with your kingdom partner. Okay, your God ordained partner. Okay, and so we have to find a way to get healed from these things. So, again, we want to pray, fast, and we want to seek deliverance. So you may want to find someone that can take you through deliverance, maybe your pastor, or you can even do self deliverance. Okay, and so Psalms 147 says, He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wound. So you have to know that God is going to heal you from the broken heart that your spouse has caused you to have. Okay, every wound that has been hurt. Okay, every wound that has been battered and tampered with in some type of way, God is going to make you whole. He's going to heal you in the areas that you're needing to be healed in. He's going to make you whole. He's going to deliver you from constantly thinking about this betrayal that has happened. But one thing that I can tell you guys, you have to want this. You have to want it. God cannot give it to you if you don't want it. Sometimes people, for a lack of a better way of saying things, people like to stay stuck in things. They like to kind of stay stuck in their mess, and God is calling you to move away from that. Okay, God wants you to have the best. And so your spouse, when they return, they're gonna be very different from how they were in the past when they hurt you and when they betrayed you. But you have to want to get healed and delivered when it comes to this betrayal. So we have to have an honest conversation with ourselves. And sometimes just having that honest conversation with God, letting God know that, this is hard, Lord. This is hard what I have been through. I've never been betrayed in this way, but I want to be healed. I don't want to be mad at my spouse. I don't want to focus in on the betrayal. Okay, so hopefully that has been of help to someone. This is your girl, Jennifer Land, the crown jewel, and I will talk with you guys next time.